For thus saith the Lord, sing with gladness for Jacob, and shout among the chief of the nations. Publish ye, praise ye, and say, O Lord, save thy people, the remnant of Israel. Behold, I will bring them from the north country, and gather them from the coasts of the earth, and with them the blind and the lame, the woman with child, and her that travaileth with child together. A great company shall return thither. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up, and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. And he spake to them a parable. Behold the fig tree, and all the trees, when they now shoot forth, ye see and know of your own selves that summer is now nigh at hand. So likewise ye, when ye see these things come to pass, know ye that the kingdom of God is nigh at hand. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass away till all be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your heart be overcharged with surfeiting, and drunkenness, and cares of this life, and so that day come upon you unawares. For as a snare shall it come on all of them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. Watch ye therefore, and pray always that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. Hear the word of the Lord, O ye nations, and declare it in the isles afar off, and say, He that scattered Israel will gather him, and keep him as a shepherd doth his flock. For the Lord hath redeemed Jacob, and ransomed him from the hand of him that was stronger than he. Therefore they shall come, and sing in the height of Zion, and shall flow together to the goodness of the Lord, for wheat, and for wine, and for oil, and for the young of the flock, and of the herd. And their soul shall be as a watered garden, and they shall not sorrow any more at all. Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh.
Flying high tonight.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh by Hashem, Yahushua by Hashem, Kakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples for his younger brothers, and peace and blessing salutations to the whole elect out there, pushing his word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh by Hashem, Yahushua, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the whole elect, the believers, the listeners, whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh by Hashem, Yahushua. All right, and what I want to get into today, all right, in the news, just going into some happenings, with current events, okay, and I want to open up, all right, with this scripture here in the book of Isaiah, the 34th chapter, because what we're seeing, is Esau Edom is constantly setting up, all right, his new world order infrastructure, and he's doing a hell of a job of having people distracted as he set this thing up, because you would think that nothing is happening, that things aren't being set up, because he has allowed, normalcy. He took off the restrictions, from the demic. He announced, the end, all right, of the C-19. Okay, and everyone is back to business as usual. You know, hot girl summer and real nigga Saturdays, man. Okay, and the masses of people are caught up, all right, in the illusion, okay, of freedom. Okay, and while this man is setting up a technocracy of digital control. Okay, we're going to go into some of those things, you know, with some of these videos that I got. I got a few videos in the article that I want to get into. We'll move from there. But let's open up with this. Is Isaiah 34:16. It says, "Seek you out of the book of the Lord and read," which is the Bible. Okay, and these scriptures were put together, as a guide unto the hopeful elect in these times. Okay, so we will have the light. We could see and know, what's going on according to biblical prophecy. Okay, because everything that we see happening in the earth, every major event is centered around biblical prophecy. Okay, that our forefathers seen a vision about and had it scribed down. Okay, so the major things that we seeing, the transitions of society that we're seeing, our forefathers seeing these things in visions, and had them to be written down. All right. It says, "Seek you out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail. None shall want her mate." All right. And this is speaking of a mate to the Bible. All right. Jay got talking about some damn buzzard. Boy. All right. Well, this is speaking of the mate. There's no other book that you can mate with the Bible. Okay. Because the Bible is truly undisputed when it comes to truth. Okay. When it comes to things happening and things that have happened, the Bible, all right, is undisputed, man. It said, "For my mouth it hath commanded, and his spirit it had gathered them." Okay. And who is the them? The elect. All right. The elect are being gathered by this word. You see, as this word go forth, prophecy goes forth, the instructions of righteousness, all this is coming out of the book of the Lord, the book of Yahweh Bashem Shah, the Bible, and is gathering the elect. Okay, and these devils see this. Okay, these devils see the gathering of the Lord's people through this word. There's no secret that can be hid from them, so they're watching and observing everything, man. And this is why they're full steam ahead, with their NWO. And see, the demic allowed them to put things in place, all right, and make changes to society that's catapulting them into this NWO. Okay, so let's go here. All right, let's get this article first. Let's get this. All right, so this article, and it's going into. All right, it says the great debanking. All right, because you're seeing, banks close, people having, issues with accounts. All right, because why, man? This man is transitioning, man. These little mom and pop banks, okay, these little small private banks, they're finna be written out the script. Okay, he wants only a few, all right, major banks that's already fully down with the MOTB, this whole digital system. Okay, Esau don't have time trying to convince all these smaller banks and try to keep up with all these smaller banks. Nah, he's centralizing everything, man. All right, so we see this man trimming things down. Okay, now it says, as I wrote in my book, the evil twins of technocracy and transhumanism. Okay, and technocracy is pretty much these tech giants that we see at the forefront, pretty much dictating to the governments, all right, of what should be done. Because right now, these big tech, all right, they run these governments. Okay, the presidents answer to the big tech, and big tech answer to the elites. But these different presidents and prime ministers and government officials, they answer the big tech. Okay, the people that bankroll, all right, these politicians, man. Okay, it says the global banking cartel has risen to the surface as the real driver of globalization, technocracy, and the Great Reset. In 1973, commercial banks populated the ranks of organizations like the Trilateral Commission. In 2023, they have been replaced by central banks themselves. Okay, the elites, all right, are setting their infrastructure up, man. Okay, they want everything digital and they want complete control. They're dwindling out. All right, all these commercial banks. Okay, and they're putting their people that's directly all right linked to them in their place. You see. All right, it said, I'll jump down. Said we know for certain that the BIS or the Bank of International Settlements is driving the stampede toward a cashless society with central bank digital currencies, according to its own website. Okay, this is where everything is going, and you can't get around that they're going to use that device to control, all right, this CBDC, man. All right. And it says the BSI Innovation Hub develops public goods in the technology space to support central banks and improve the functioning of the financial system. We have centers around the world and a global network of a central bank experts on innovation. All right, so they're letting you know that they're going to go global. That's why they finna crash all currencies, man, to come in with a global currency. Okay, and they're just using this whole BRICS narrative as a scapegoat. So when things collapse, while everybody is pointing the finger at BRICS and pointing the finger at America. America should have worked with the other economies, and BRICS they shouldn't have opted out of the dollar. You see, while everybody's going to be arguing about BRICS, okay, they're going to slide in the back door with their solution. You know, because when this place collapsed, they're gonna have they already got these BRICS nations set up to be a scapegoat. Okay, that way it keeps them out of the narrative, and they can pop on the scene with a solution. Okay, these devils already got a lot of craftiness that they're about to present to the earth, man. Okay, that's why I say there was the First Corinthians 2:11, 2 Corinthians 2:11. If a brother can get that, dealing with Satan's devices, you know. Uh, see which one it is exactly. All right, and these elites have the masses, right where they want them, because the masses don't care. Okay, yeah, it's 2 Corinthians 2:11. I'll read it real quick. It said, "At least Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices, man." And this is why the Lord has set up watchmen, man. To constantly report on these things, man, over and over and over, man. All right. So we can be fully aware of what's going on. Okay. And what times we're in. Because at the end of the day, we coming into a time where we're really going to have to trust, man. Things are going to change. Things are not going to stay like this. See, in the minds of the masses, they think, this is how it's going to be. Okay. Their mind is here. It doesn't go past America. It doesn't go past westernization. It doesn't go past the convenience of this society, man. Okay? They they think these things are just movies. Okay? So let's go back here to the ark and read a little more. And it says, all right, it says at this stage of the game, the chain of command appears to have unleashed major members to quash those who buck the master narrative created by the BIS in the first place. The process has been labeled as debanking. Okay? You see that? Now they're finna go through the process of debanking. And what is debanking? It says when debanking occurs, the bank accounts of targeted individuals or companies are summarily closed. No reason is given, but neither has any legal activity. All right, neither has any illegal activity been observed. If a customer is engaged in illegal activity like money laundering, illicit drugs, human trafficking, etc., closures may well be justified, but not with debanking. In the U.S., J.P. Morgan Chase suddenly terminated the personal and commercial bank account associated with Dr. Joseph. All right, Dr. Joseph McCullough. It says several company executives and their family members had accounts terminated as well. They were all debanked without explanation. It was a shock and wave carpet booming operation to remove what the banking industry see as a pocket of stubborn, dangerous resistance. Okay? You see, we in a time where resistance is going to be punishable. You see, we coming into the straight gate. All right. We're finna see a lot of people get put in line when Esau starts directly, tampering with bank accounts, man. Okay, and this is what he's setting himself up to do. You see, to the point to where he's gonna make that C-hip mandatory, man. All right, Esau and his NWO, he doesn't want any resistance. Okay, he wants everybody to be in complete compliance with his agendas, man. Okay, you see, a pocket of stubborn, dangerous resistance, and mainly what he's speaking of, man. All right, it says McCullough is not engaged in any illegal activity, but he is a fierce and influential critic. All right, of the medicine industry. I say that, okay, or big pharma, technocracy. All right, we on this living waters box, so we can let our hair down a little bit. It says the United Nations, the World Economic Forum, and globalization in general. So he's speaking up against the powers that be, and he was debanked. Okay, and this is why they want to go digital, so they can just have complete utter control. The elites want your life in their hands, man. Okay, they want your whole existence within their hands. It's about control at this point. Okay, so let's go from there. Let's get this in Isaiah real quick. Let's get this in the book of Isaiah, the 14th chapter. Yep. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 1. It said, let me jump down to the point. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, okay, and verse 4. All right, it says, that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how hath the oppressor ceased, the golden city ceased? Okay, and America, has pretty much been the muscle, all right, of the elites, man, through, Babylon, which is America, has pretty much been the muscle of the elites, man, through their military and also through economically, since the world reserve currency, all right, has been the dollar. Okay, and they use that, they weaponize that dollar to oppress, man. Okay, they oppress in many ways, but one of the ways is through that dollar, man. All right, it's just an oppressive system that this man has set up. He said the Lord had broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. See, the Lord's finna bust up this rulership, man. That's our hope. Okay, when the scriptures speak about victory, it's victory over this, man. Everything, all right, that these devils are putting in place. Okay, this society that these devils have created and what they're trying to create, we have the victory over that, man. The Lord is going to break that up. Yahweh Shai is coming to break that up, man. Verse 6, it says, He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hindereth. And this man, he smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, man. Okay, this man will not just let up, man. Like, this man poison the foods, the air, the water, chemicals. It's an attack on men's testosterone. It's an attack on the minds of women. It's nonstop. Okay, now you have the transformer saying they're coming after your children. Like, this man just has a continual stroke of wrath that he constantly is putting out in the earth, man. Okay, it's just nonstop. Now he just wants to put technology inside you and just be completely, and just be completely in control of everything, man. Okay? But it's gonna come a time, where the Lord is gonna persecute him. Okay? And none hinder it, okay, which none can. All right, but the Lord is gonna send Yahushua to persecute this man, to deal with this man, to be a bully to him, man. Okay, so let's go from there. Let's see what video I'll play first. Not that one. All right, let's go here. All right. And if a brother can post that in Revelation chapter 6, verse 4. All right, because these devils have agendas of what they call depopulation, and they got nothing but concoctions of death in the earth, man. The juice was one, but everything that this man does, is pretty much as an underline of death, man. Everything that this man pretty much puts in the earth is has the overtone of death in it, man. Okay, so let's go here and play a few minutes of this. Let's see. Started like, I think like a 4-minute mark, maybe 4. All right, so I'm gonna let this play. You just speak about a few things, dealing with, the depopulation agenda, man. Okay, because these devils want to knock the population down, okay, by billions. Okay, and that's why I say, man, he's not satisfied, man. Okay.
Percent of the exports in the world. The wheat supply is devastated because of the war between Russia and Ukraine, and the blockade of the Odessa port and so on. The corn crops are devastated because of engineered drought over North America, and other crops are being devastated for different reasons. The hurricane in Florida devastated certain citrus orchards and things like that. So weather control, geoengineering, it's causing global famine. Well, what's the point of global famine? Why is it being engineered? Of course, the answer is depopulation. Mass global starvation and death are the goals. Or I should say the interim goals of the globalists. Ultimately, their goal is, to have, basically to kill off most humans and then to enslave the surviving few. That's it. Basically, they're engaged in ethnic cleansing of planet Earth. But mass starvation is the next card that they are playing in this. They're probably going to play the card of another pandemic, by the way. That's coming up, I would imagine, in the not too distant future. They may also initiate World War III, nuclear terrorism, a grid down scenario, a cyber attack, false flag, taking down the banking system. There's all kinds of cards they may yet play. But what they all have in common is the goal of mass murdering over 7 billion people and then enslaving whoever is remaining. That's pretty much the big picture of where all this is going. But if you thought that was bad, then just hold your horses, because what's coming is going to be so much worse in terms of the raw numbers that are impacted. Again, the globalists are trying to exterminate billions of people. And in order to get rid of billions of people, they have to collapse the global supply chain. And they have to, in some way, take away the availability and abundance of food and energy. And if they can thrust modern nations back into something resembling the 19th century, pre-internet, even pre-electricity for the most part, then, and also pre-combustion engines, which is why they're attacking all combustion engines, then they know they can shrink the population by about 7.5 billion people. They can get it down to 500,000, and then they can use the drones and the robots to control the 500,000, and just have a little global dictatorship on top of their global death machine that they just carried out to kill off 7.5 billion people. So there are going to be a lot fewer people in the future on this planet, and that's the goal of the globalists. So interesting. What do you think is going to happen to real estate prices? What do you think is going to happen to the cities? What's going to happen to the supply chain? Yeah, everything's about to change. The money supply, politics, hospitals, everything that is going to be collapsed. If they succeed, I should say, if they succeed in this plan. So we plan to be survivors in this, by the way. Intelligent, resilient, adaptive, resourceful. We shall be the survivors, and then we shall represent the future of the human race, because
Nah, my boy, you're gonna be out of there. And these devils have this intention to kill off a lot, man. This is what these devils are conjuring up while everybody, going on about their merry way. Okay? This is why we gotta keep the main thing, man. Like, this devil is geared up, man. We, can't get caught up, all right, in the nuances of society, and caught up with, even guys in Israel that's all over the place in this madness, Jake bitter, feelings hurt, Jake all over the place with doctrine. Jake got all these gimmicks going on. Like, nah, man, these devils is geared up. They're ready to bring this thing, man. And they're doing all the groundwork. So all they have to do is hit the button, man. And the Lord is setting them up to do these things, man. Okay? The Lord is setting all this up, man. Let's get if a brother can post Isaiah 3:1. Let's get it. Yeah, Isaiah 3:1, Ezekiel 4:16, Ezekiel 5:16, and Ezekiel 14:13. You're gonna get into it. All right. But Esau, he was created for a purpose, man. All right. This devil was created for a particular purpose in the earth, man. Okay. And it was to, be a terror. Esau was created to be a terror in the earth for a time before the Lord would judge him. Okay. But right now, Esau is being used as a sword, man. Revelation 6:4 is a brother GMS Facts Work 144, and it says, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given unto him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. And this is Esau and his power. Horse represents power. All right, so this is Esau within his power, man. Okay, and he was given the authority to take peace from the earth, and he's going to do that in a major way. It's going to be way, way worse than anything, all right, the earth has seen. Okay, because of the technology that he has, that he's able to geoengineer weather, Hey, this man the Lord has given this man a lot of power, and it was to take peace from the earth, man. Okay, destroy crops, poison everything, man, enchant people, different psyops and all these things going on. This devil, all right, was given that power to take peace from the earth, man, and he's finna be turned loose, man. It says, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him A great sword, because even with their blessing, the sword, they go at each other, man. World War One, World War Two, those Edomites, man, battling it out, man. Okay, let's go here. It's the brother. All right, the hopeful elect 3, 2 Ezra 16 and 18. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, and the beginning of famine and great death. Prophecy speaks about these things. What these devils are gearing up to do is them fulfilling their role within prophecy, man. Okay, this is at the doorsteps, the beginning of wars. All right, and he spoke about all those things, in the video, man. All these things that are spoken of in the prophecy. These are the talking points, to people that's really into, the news, man. Really into what's going on. Okay, it says, "And the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do?" All right, when these evils shall come. So Ezra is seeing this and like, damn, he's seeing great death, like the Lord showed our forefathers these visions, man. Okay, the Lord was showing our forefathers all these visions, man. My Bible shot, I say, if a brother can get that in Isaiah 3:1, Ezekiel 4:16. Ezekiel 5:16, and Ezekiel 14:13. Let's read this. I'm gonna queue up another video. This is the brother Yaqub, the hopeful elect 3, Daniel 12:1. It says, "And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation." Okay, the death toll that the Lord is about to allow to come to the earth is going to surpass all times. Okay, this is going to be record-breaking tribulation that we're finna enter into, man. This is why we have to believe. Our faith has to be record-breaking, man. Our belief has to be record-breaking, and it's an everyday practice. And it says, "Even to the same time, and at that time, thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book." Okay, that's the hopeful elect, and this is why we rehearse, all right, and practice obedience, man, in hopes, okay, that we're delivered, that we're found in their book of life, man. Okay, which, hey, the Lord's finna show favor unto his people, all right, and to his elect in these times, man. Okay, the elect of Israel. Now let's cue up something else. Okay, now they're gonna talk more about the geoengineering. I think this the video. Yep. So they're gonna go into some things, that the devil is doing with his geoengineering, man. Okay, and this devil, has technology where he can manipulate, things to a degree. That's why it'd be crazy heat, crazy cold in different places, and when it's supposed to be raining in certain areas, it's not raining. When it's supposed to be dry, it's raining. Like this man, he's really the devil the Bible speaks of, man. Okay, and the Lord just has allowed this man to be turned loose in the earth, man. Okay, and he's just going crazy in the earth. Okay, so we're gonna play this one next. Let me get these real quick. It might be a little behind. All right, but that famine, that's gonna change the game. That famine gonna knock a lot of pride out the earth too, man. Okay, and famine gonna be a game changer, man. It's Isaiah 3:1 said, "For behold, the Lord of hosts, doth take away from Jerusalem and from Judah, the stay and the staff of bread, the whole stay of bread and the whole stay of water." Okay, because hey, this is the famine is a part of Jacob's trouble. The earth is going to suffer. Okay, but who's going to suffer first, man? Those who have the fewest resources, man. Okay, and see, the Lord is finna punish the earth, man, and this is why, with our people, we talk to our people on a daily basis about repentance, man. Come out of that madness. We're constantly going into all these different things to show you the wickedness of Esau, Edom, all the enchantments, you know, the way he had us just off in the spirit and this dysfunction. Like, we're going into the source of these things as Esau, Edom. Okay? And Jake, you know, we have a deliverer. Israelites, we have a savior, man. You see? And it's from these times. Okay, we need to be delivered. We need to be, you know, delivered from when the Lord turns Esau loose, and we need to be delivered from when the Lord turned these nukes and Yahweh Shai loose, man. Okay, that's the salvation that we're fighting for, man. Deliverance from these times to come. All right, let's go from there. Let's get Ezekiel chapter 4. All right. This is Ezekiel 4:16. Said, moreover, he said unto me, son of man, behold, I will break the staff of bread in Jerusalem, and they shall eat bread by weight and with care, and they shall drink water by measure and with astonishment. Okay? You see, the Lord is finna bust up all this happy-go-lucky, you know, convenience of this society, man. This carefree society. Okay? Because we live in a society where homeless people can be choicy, man. You know? The homeless people, you know, you give him some Taco Bell, and he's like, hey, you know, he wanted Subway. You see, like this is a society that just carefree, man, and live in delicacy, man. But the Lord is going to bust that up, man, to where that convenience is going to be snatched away, and people are going to be in dire straits, man. He's going to break that staff of bread, man. These food supply chain. He has Esau fully engaged and altering, all right, and breaking these things down. Okay. It said, verse 17, that they may want bread and water and be astonished with one another and consume away for their iniquity, man. And that's consuming away in famine. And the great famine is being orchestrated, man. All right, the Lord has it on the minds of these devils to bring about their famine for his judgment, man. Okay, that's why when you go to Ezekiel, okay, I believe the 14th chapter. Okay, Ezekiel 14 and 13. All right. So this is Ezekiel 14 and 13 says, son of man, when the land sinned against me by trespassing grievously, then will I stretch out my hand upon it. And this is why these things are happening. Because Esau has led a great rebellion in the earth, man, which has provoked the anger of the Lord. It is getting to the point where the Lord has to intervene. Everybody's too out of pocket. Then will I stretch out my hand upon it, and will break the staff of bread thereof, and I will send famine upon it, and I will cut off man and beast from it. Okay? The Lord is constantly speaking about breaking that staff of bread, man. It's going to happen. All right, and it's going to be a devastation in the earth, man. Okay? Especially amongst Jake, man. You see? Now, let's go here. All right, I got that video loaded up. So they're gonna go into some geoengineering and what this devil is doing. So we're gonna play a little bit of this clip as well. Which one is it? This one. Okay, yeah.
Pharmaceutical for that symptom, and then 10 other pharmaceuticals for the consequences of the side effects of that.
As well as can we save half of humanity? Geoengineering could kill planetary scale. I don't think they're going to completely succeed, but I think they will.
Collapse scenario, and that's what we face.
We're living in a kill zone. I'm convinced that humanity has been labeled for extermination on a planetary scale. I don't think they're going to completely succeed, but I think they will kill 1 to 2 billion human beings before these extermination attempts are halted. Those deaths have already begun, and sadly, the famine and food supply problems caused by geoengineering could kill even more than 1 to 2 billion people. You know, so everybody has to eat half the world's food supply, then you kill 4 billion people, by the way. And that can be done with this climate engineering that's taking place. So the only question in my mind, Dane, is how many deaths can we limit this to, right? I mean, the deaths are already happening, and you know the mechanisms as well as I. Can we save half of humanity? Can we have 4 billion people left by the end of this? Do you have any thoughts on that?
I think that number would be very optimistic. And I know that that's a difficult pill to swallow. And we at geoengineeringwatch.org, as you know, we fully acknowledge that we have damaged the planet in countless ways. We've been very poor stewards of the planet. No arguing that. But for any environmental group, the Al Gores of the world and the rest of them, for them to pretend that they care about the environment while systematically ignoring, denying, and trying to marginalize this massive, biggest single part of the equation that's wreaking havoc on the planet's remaining life support systems, derailing them, preventing them from responding to the damage already done. That is a criminal act, Mike.
Yes.
Every single environmental group, every so-called climate scientist that's denying this, pretending, is absolutely inexcusable. And if we can wake the populations up to this criminal denial across the board, one can only imagine they would take to the streets with their proverbial pitchforks and torches, and that time needs to come fast because the planet is unable to respond to the damage done because of these programs, which are not benevolent in any way, shape, or form. This is weather warfare and biological warfare, period.
Yeah, good point. And I'm glad you brought up the Canadian wildfires. Let's talk about that for a minute, because the burning that has already taken place is mind-boggling. I don't know how many acres. Do you know how many is it? Yeah, go ahead.
Since May 1st, Canada has lost on average 330,000 acres every single day.
Oh my
since
God.
May 1st. Well over 20 million acres and counting.
Oh my God.
Again, it's off the scale. And what most Americans don't know is Siberia burning just as horrifically. Americans have no idea that's occurring. And you have the superpowers, whatever their surface conflicts are, the whole Ukraine situation.
Since May 1st, 20 million acres, okay? 20 million acres in Canada have been burnt. Siberia acres being burnt. See, these things are, when these things finally catch up on the back end, you know, because see, the earth has been so abundant, you know, with the convenience of technology and, you know, new age farming, you know, everything has been extremely convenient to the earth has been in abundance, you know. But what this devil is doing, all right, he's setting the stage up for when, you know, the surplus runs out, man. And there's not going to be enough farmland. It's not going to be enough farmers. There's not going to be, you know, these certain jobs, these processing plants that they broke down. There's not going to be enough to replenish. And then he's just going to cut people off from food, man. Blackouts, okay, was going to cause a lot of food to go bad. Like this devil, all right, this thing is going to hit, man. Okay, this thing is going to hit, man. And famine, all right, is going to be that slow chokehold that the Lord puts in the earth, man. Okay, so I'm going to let them play on, man. Since May 1st, all right, 3 months. So you got May, June, July, 3 months, man. 20 million, man. Like that's 7, you know, close to 7 million acres a month.
They are absolutely colluding and cooperating on climate engineering. And we have Senate documents to prove this, some of them 800 pages long. So you have this behind the curtain collusion. They all have their own agendas. But on the climate engineering issue, Russia incinerating their forests in Siberia, the same as Canada's here. And it seems everybody takes their turn. And that's something that is difficult to ferret out and prove, of course. But you have one area burning one year, another area burning another year. California certainly has had its turn. And then suddenly, at the onset of last winter, when more drought was predicted, more drought was scheduled. I don't want to call it prediction because this is simply the scheduled weather. And then, for reasons that we can speculate on, they changed the script and they sent the snowmageddon into California, the toxic snowmageddon, which is not restoring forest here, Mike. The fir trees are dying every bit as fast and faster than before this toxic precipitation was allowed to fall, because that doesn't rejuvenate forests. As you know about soil microbiome and root systems. And when you're dumping toxic rain on those already damaged systems, you only do more damage. So the fir die-off here is faster than ever. In fact, it's so bad when the fir tree is the predominant tree in the Western forests. There's science reports out now called Firmageddon, indicating that the die-off of the fir trees is so cataclysmic.
The collapse of these multiple biospheres, even in the ocean as well, will have devastating consequences on the ability of human civilization to survive. I think people underestimate how much we depend on natural systems to function. For example, pollinators. Without pollinators, we starve. I mean, about a third of the food that we eat typically in any given meal comes from plants that require, pollination. And without that, first of all, California's agricultural industry would absolutely collapse. And I think that process is underway right now. Can I ask you a question about the Canadian wildfires again? I didn't quite finish that. By what mechanism do you?
So as you can see, these devils just got a lot, going on, And now I put the link, because this is like an hour. It's like an hour long. So I'll put in the link, if y'all want to finish watching. But is the feed still good, y'all? Still, can y'all hear the videos? Can y'all hear me? Is everything still on point? Because I ain't seen the brother put nothing in a while. Just want to make sure, he saw he cut me off. I got another video I want to go to. All right, dealing with WHO, the World Health Organization, which pretty much, they're like the mouthpiece of the elites on their agenda for the world going forward, But yeah, for brothers, could brothers, sisters, let me know if y'all can hear, if everything's still on point. I'll just set this up. Okay, the water. I guess I'm just not getting no comment. I'm getting the comments on the phone, but it's not showing up on the laptop. So I don't know what that is. It is what it is. But as long as y'all can hear, and see, we good. We're gonna run it. All Okay, yeah, because it ain't even showing me when you brothers put up them precepts. You know, it's not showing on the laptop, but it's showing on the phone. So I just keep the phone up so I can look at you brothers precepts as well. You know, matter of fact, let's read a few of these precepts that brothers got. Okay, this is the brother Yaquab. It's like this is the brother Quanawaf. GMS pray always hopeful let. This is Jeremiah 25:33. It says, "And the slain of the Lord shall be at that day from one end of the earth even unto the other end of the earth." Because Yahweh Shai, he's gonna come knock the population down. These devils got plans and schemes, what they want to do. But nah, the Lord, all right, he has a major depopulation plan for the earth, man. Okay? And it's going to be through Yahweh Shai. And it says, "They shall not be lamented, neither gathered, nor buried. They shall be dung upon the ground." Okay? That's another one from the brother GMS. Pray always hope for elect. Because the times of war is going to be chaotic. Ain't going to be time for funerals. Ain't going to be no time for, rest in heaven to TT. Okay, man. Nah, man. It's just going to be a slaughterhouse in the earth, man. Okay? And it says, it's Lamentations 4:9. It says, "They that be slain with the sword are better than they that are slain with hunger. For these pine away, stricken through for want of fruits of the field." Okay? that famine is worse than putting to death with sword with a weapon, because it's going to be a slow, agonizing death, man. Okay? It's going to be a slow, painful, agonizing death through famine. That's why the Lord's going to allow major famine, all right, to engulf the earth, man. Okay? And we're seeing the setup for it. You see? If a brother can, let's see, what's that, second Ezra 16:21? I wonder why the comment is not. Second Ezra 16:21 and 22. And we can get that what's that Ezekiel chapter 28 verses 1 through 3. All right. And I'm finna play this one. Now, this is the WHO, and they're pretty much telling you, man, that the earth is going to a global dictatorship, open, because it's, the elite's been running things behind the scenes, but now they just want to consolidate everything to one government, one currency, and one religion, and Satanism. That's why so much perverseness, okay, is being normalized, man. Okay, this is what they want to bring to the earth. So let's play this. All right, it's only a few minutes, like 2 minutes. Okay, and she's pretty much going to tell you, look, they're going to a world, okay, dictatorship. Okay, they finna get rid of, all these governments and different titles. Nah, man. All right, they finna centralize this thing. Okay, so let's go here.
And the idea is to create a whole new set of laws and ignore the existing human rights laws and other laws under the pretext of pandemic preparedness and the biosecurity agenda. The WHO is developing through all its nations, but with the WHO Directorate in the United States in charge, a pandemic treaty and amendments to the existing international health regulations that will remove the human rights protections currently embedded in the IHRs, will enforce surveillance, censorship, get rid of freedom of speech, require governments to censor and only push a single narrative. Also, we will be subject, if they can make this work, to vaccines developed in 100 days, which the organization CEPI is planning to do. And one of the people who founded CEPI was Jeremy Farrar, who is now the chief scientist at the WHO to bring this forward. Other things that the amendments do is to bind the states so they're no longer recommendations, but enforceable edicts. Provide a liability shield, get rid of intellectual property rights, move supplies from one country to another, enforce digital passports, and the Director General of WHO can demand that a pandemic or a potential pandemic exists. He can just declare it with no standards, and then countries around the world will have to obey. Also, the WHO will tell you what drugs you can and can't use in your nation once a pandemic is declared. Obviously, the budget will increase. One Health is another part of this. One Health is a concept that was created to enable the WHO, with these documents, to take over jurisdiction of everything in the world by saying that climate change, animals, plants, water systems, ecosystems are all central to health. Also embedded in this concept is a peculiar notion that humans are no longer of greater value than animals.
And that's the global dictatorship that's coming, you know. And like I say, my brother can post it in First Maccabees chapter 1, verses 41 and 42. You know, Bible Shah. All right. This is what these devils want to want to bring to the earth, man. A global satanic dictatorship, man. Okay, all these liberties that people enjoy and this delusion of freedom that people have, they're finna clamp down, man, because the elites do not want any rebellion against their authority, man. Okay, they're setting up to try to rule forever. That's why when you go here, this is the brother, all right, Ash Okai, Yasha'Allah, 2nd Ezra 16:21. Behold, victual shall be so good, cheap upon earth, okay, that they shall think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. Okay, and this is what we're seeing happen in the earth. People thinking themselves in good case, because the average person, you know, they waiting for college football, they're waiting, you know, for school to start, they're waiting for graduation, they're waiting for, you know, the promotion at work. Like people's mind are in this society about for themselves, and that's it. Okay, or just enjoying the convenience. They don't understand the situation that's being fabricated around them. They don't understand the chaos, all right, the groundwork for the chaos, okay, and the suffering that's being set up, you know, while they're in their comfort, man. Okay, people think that they're in a good case. Okay, and it says, for many of them that dwell upon the earth, 2nd Ezra 16:22, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. Shall the sword destroy. Because when people are starving, because you're gonna have people with no food but have guns. You see, you do the math. Okay, if I have no food but guns, okay, gun violence is going to go crazy in the earth, man. Okay, so people that have, some stored up, okay, guess what? They're going to become a target. So now you're finna have to shoot it out about your food supply. Okay, it's going to get real hectic in America, man. Okay, it's going to get real, all right, primal out here, man. You know, the Lord is finna put America in a bad situation, man, and in scrapes. Okay, let's go from there. All right, let's get this in Ezekiel 28 and 21. This is from the brother Yaqub, the Hopeful Lake 3. It says, the word of the Lord came again unto me, saying, all right, son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, thus said the Lord power, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am the Most High, and sit in the seat of the Most High in the midst of the seas. And this is the mindset of these devils, man. You gotta understand, they get to tamper with weather, they get to manipulate the economy, they get to put poison foods in the water. Like these devils, have their hands in everything in the earth, man. They're just tempered. They get to enchant the minds of people, the psyops. They scare people to death. Okay, have people distracted. Like this man, these Edomites have their hands in everything. He thinks he's the Most High. Okay, and now he just want to take it to another level with this device, man. Okay, the sea hip. You see, and it says, verse 3 says, finishing verse 2, going to verse 3, yet thou art a man and not God. Though thou set thy heart as the Most High, behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret they can hide from thee. So the Most High finna show Esau that he's just a man. Okay, and the power that was given to this devil, the Lord gave it to him, man. Okay, and Yahweh Shai told that devil that, man. I think that's in St. John. All right, the book of St. John. Okay. Let's see. I'll pull it up real quick. Yahweh Shai told that devil, that the only power he got, okay, comes from the Father. This is real quick. This is St. John chapter 19. All right, this is where Yahweh Shai told Pilate. Okay. This is St. John 19 and 10. Then said Pilate unto him, speakest thou not unto me? Knowest thou not that I have power to crucify thee and have power to release thee? Yahweh Shai answered, thou couldst have no power at all against me, except it was given thee from above. Okay, so Yahweh Shai straighten that guy, man. Pilate. Like, look, you're talking about the power you got. The only power you got comes from above, man. Come from my Father. Therefore, he that deliver me unto thee have the greater sin. Speaking of Jake. Okay, that's why it's going to be extremely bad for Jake in these times, man, because it's a lot of Israelites that went hard-bodied against Yahweh Shai. And guess what? They're back here to suffer, man. Okay? Let's get this. This is the brother Corner Wath. GMS prayer always hope for lick. First Maccabees 1:41. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people. Okay? That all should be one people. And that's what she said from the beginning. Like, look, they finna do away with the old laws and bring in some new laws, man. Okay? And they want this is gonna be a law to govern the earth. You see, they finna bring in the earth constitution. Okay? They finna get rid of that old thing, man, and bring in the New World Order Constitution, man. Okay? And this was under the Greeks. It says, and everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. And right now, who's the king of the earth, man? These Edomites, man. And they're coming with their same agenda. Okay? It's the same agenda that we're seeing being played out. All right. So these things are happening as we speak, man. As everybody's going about their day, back working, little businesses is back going, things is happening, business as usual. All right. But these things, everything is happening, okay, that the Lord said will happen, that's going to lead to this chaos before the deliverance, man. All right. These devils are going in. That's why we have to continue to be on point. Okay, we gotta keep focused on the main thing, man. So that that was the point. That's all I had for the videos and articles. Pray that you brothers and you a few sisters was edified. So close that out. Until next time, I say Shalom. Kwam Yashala, Abba, DTA, soon. Shalom.